Hello, everyone. We are live here today to get a preview of what's going to be going on at Vision Expo West next week. Very excited to be here with my good friend Ashley Mills, the CEO of the Vision Council. Welcome, Ashley. Thank you for joining us today.
Thanks, Erinn. It's always great to be here and to talk to you, and next week see you.
So I know I'm excited to see you next week. And we're going to be live streaming straight from the show floor next Thursday morning. So folks, stay tuned to our Facebook page for that as well. You'll get to kind of get the show floor buzz on the very first morning when things kick off. But today we're going to talk a little bit about what to expect, kind of some of the education highlights, the events that are going on. As we were just talking about in the back end studio here, tons of events, lots of parties. It's going to be a really exciting show. I'm feeling like there's such a great energy around the show already, and we're not even there yet. So lots of good stuff. So thanks, Ashley, for sharing all this stuff with us. The show kicks off on Wednesday, next Wednesday, September 14th. And that starts with the education. Is that correct? And then the show floor opens on Thursday, September 15th.
That's
And then
that's
3
right.
days.
Yeah,
Yeah,
plenty of industry activity taking place starting Tuesday, actually, and all day Wednesday. A lot of member events, but the continuing education starts on Wednesday, and then the show floor opens Thursday morning.
That's great. Are you excited to be back in Las Vegas? I am. I think it's going to be hot, but we'll be inside for sure.
I am excited. I feel like this is different. It's not like going back anymore because so much has really changed over the last couple of years. We have a really dynamic new conference program. We've made great strides in incorporating a more diverse set of speakers into our program that are more reflective of the industry or the profession itself and our patients. We have a tremendous conference program, brand new, a lot of content that you don't see other places. We're partnered with Opticon for a tremendous opticianry program, again, that you can't get other places. And really to that end, Vision Expo is great for additional education that maybe isn't necessarily coming with a CE credit. So we run education throughout the entire show on the show floor on our innovation stage. And this year we have a spectacular, really dynamic keynote in addition to days worth of programming. Sean, I always say his name wrong, but his name is Sean Kunungo. And Kunungo. And he's talking about the future of eye care. And I think if you're going to show up for a topic, please make time for his presentation. The title of his presentation is The Future of Eye Care is Human. And I think it'll be a really, really good look for all of us at what the patient really wants and where we need to be meeting the customer and how we need to be delivering moving into the future. So that's in addition to several other things on the education program. But
that's exciting.
Just a really dynamic value add that you can only really get with Vision Expo.
No doubt. I love to hear that the future of eye care is human.
Yeah.
That's a good direction to go in for sure, because so much of it is, really virtual and wonderful to see that part, for our readers especially as well. Mm-hmm. So that is definitely, we won't be missing that keynote for sure from our team. And for folks that are wanting to look at the schedule, just as we're talking about everything, if you want to log on to, is it visionexpo.com or visionexpowest.com?
If you type in Vision Expo West, you will find it. Okay. And the schedule, it's continuing to populate actually, but it is a very dynamic schedule. So I'm actually, my big word of caution for this year's show is to build your schedule right now if you haven't done it already, because there are a lot of things you don't want to miss, plus all of the meetings and the networking and the parties and the events. So
definitely. I mean, it's like a morning to night type of situation for sure. For sure. There's so much going on. So, and I know
it's good stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. And I think in the past, I always use the app as well. So if folks are interested to kind of build their schedule and just kind of keep up to date on the live stuff on their phone as they're walking around the show floor, highly recommend to download the Vision Expo West app as well. And also your exhibitors and everything, all your booth numbers are on there too. Yeah. So can you, with the education, I know you mentioned the Opticon and the kind of the offerings that are ongoing throughout the whole show. So really kind of tune in, folks can tune into that. It's not just Wednesday, it's the whole show. Are there any other kind of key education offerings that you wanted to highlight? Are those kind of the main things?
Our program on the optometric side is very focused on innovation and clinical care. A lot of our business programming takes place within continuing education, but then also on the show floor and the innovation
Oh,
stage.
nice.
And then again, we're just thrilled to have our partners at Opticon helping us with contact lens dispensing, opticianry. And together the complement is so strong. So really any member of the business practice can get the education they need at this show.
That's great. Wonderful for the whole staff to be able to get that.
Mhm.
And goodness knows there are a lot of new staff members out there as well these days. Everyone's been in a hiring mode. So it's great to have that education for your team,
Absolutely.
for sure. So let's talk a little bit about the show floor, which opens Thursday, as we mentioned. I know it features some exciting new additions. Can you tell us a little bit about those and kind of how can we best navigate this show floor this year in Vegas?
I would say don't expect more of the same. I think you will be pleasantly delighted and surprised by how our exhibitors have chosen to show up this year. Things will look very dynamic, new, different. We've added an entire new neighborhood this year to really mirror the technological innovations that are driving our industry forward. That's called the panorama. So that's very much our forward looking glimpse into where we're going. So that's very exciting. And then we have our fashion neighborhoods, the atelier with our high-end designers from the EDCFDA. We also have a different and more curated suites experience this year. So definitely check out the suites. We have a lot of exhibitors showing up in our park, in the springs, and the places where you're looking for the familiar faces and brands. And I think when, at least on the fashion side, and then I'll talk about the lensed side, on the fashion side, we are representing everything from the newest newcomers who maybe don't even have inventory yet to the absolute, like the most famous brands in the world, and they're all together on the show floor. So a
That's
lot going
exciting.
on. I'm just finding out about a lot of activities and activations going on in the booth, so there'll be a lot of dynamic energy. If you're an NHL fan, Eswar Luxottica has the Vegas Golden Nuggets, a Vegas Golden Nuggets player, and also
Oh,
a proud
fun.
member of Team Oakley. Nick Hague will be in their booth on
Wow.
Thursday from 2 to 3. That's a meet and greet. You will get to meet him. And I will have more celebrity appearances and events on the show floor for you when you and I talk next Thursday.
That's great. That's good. We can
Not to
tease
miss
those
though,
as well.
I don't want to not speak about, I don't want to miss a chance to talk about the focus where all of our lens technologies and equipment manufacturers are, our pharmaceuticals, our nutraceuticals. So we have truly every piece of vision care is represented at
Represented.
Vision Expo. Yeah.
That's wonderful. I always love walking through the technology area because it's just so inspiring, all of the, kind of newness there and innovation. Really, really great stuff.
Yeah.
So that's great to know. Well, it sounds like a very exciting show floor and a lot
Yeah.
to explore for sure for attendees. And again, the app and the website, can help you kind of visualize where everything is and kind of make your plan of attack. Because I know it can be, ways to walk from one side to the other. We've done it many times, and I start in heels and end up in flats by the end of the day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So in terms of events, because I know there are a lot of them, and I'm going to give a shameless plug for our EB Trends presentation that we always do. That is on Thursday, the opening day. So right after we live stream with you, Ashley, we'll be headed to the show stage there, and we'll be doing our trends presentation where we do kind of a top 7 trends for the season, for the fall winter season in eyewear. We have an informal fashion show modeling of eyewear at that time, and we have some panelists and just kind of a really fun fashion focused presentation. So that's at 10 o'clock on Thursday. So I'll do that. My shameless plug for that. But what else, what kind of events are on tap that you recommend checking out? What should folks know about?
Well, I do want to thank you for doing your eyewear trends presentation. It is definitely a highlight for our attendees. I know that people love to be able to be that close to the product, and
Yes.
also to be able to interact with you and the panelists. So I find that that's one of the most interactive moments of the whole entire show. Just that it's not like you're on some big stage 300 people away. You're really right there. It's very
Totally.
conversational. So I
We
think,
do open it up, yeah, and we get a lot of
yeah,
questions and folks coming to talk to us even afterwards. Really nice
yeah.
interactive session.
It's a really nice value add, and I think it sets the tone for how people want to approach the show floor, and
Yeah,
even what they're already thinking about how they want to stage in their practices back at home. Uh,
that's great.
so
Thank
thank you
you.
for that. I don't know where to start, my friend. We have a lot.
It's a lot.
Should I? So we talked a little bit about the keynote speaker and the innovation stage. I'd also like to mention that on Thursday at 12:30 in the IMAX Theater, our partners at Opticon are hosting the celebrity radio personality and author Delilah. So there will be another celebrity appearance and an opportunity to interact and learn about her story, and it'll be a nice event. And again, just really thank you to Opticon. And then in terms of events, I just have to say thank you to the entire vision community, because every single organization has really leaned into Vision Expo West and co-located something really special with this event. So we have our friends at Prevent Blindness teeing off with Swing for Sight. That's on Wednesday. The Vision Council has partnered with Bart Foster for a leadership hike also on Wednesday morning. I think that'll be a cool one because we're all so competitive. I think it'll be I know it's a business and leadership conversation, but I think it'll also be bragging rights on who showed up at 6:15 and hiked that mountain. Maybe who got there
We
first.
got to the top first.
Maybe who had the best idea. I don't know, but I think it's cool, and it's always a treat to get outside into fresh air when you're in Las Vegas.
There is, and it's a gorgeous spot for sure. And I'll just mention too, with the Prevent Blindness Swing for Sight, it's such a fantastic event, that golf tournament. They're having it at the Bali High Golf Club in Las Vegas, and it's a charity event. It helps support the sight-saving programs of Prevent Blindness. So for folks that are interested in registering, you can go to preventblindness.org, swing for FORE site. So that will, hopefully provide some more info there if you would like.
You still have an opportunity to sign up for that. So
Exactly.
again,
Yeah.
if you have some time, another chance to be with some really amazing people doing good work outside.
Outside.
Yes. So tons of events. I'll save a lot of those for next Thursday when we're up and running, but I do want everyone to plan for some of these parties. Of course, most of our vendors and exhibitors have been sending out invitations to show new collections, to do brand launches. There are plenty of cool events going on that are invitation only, but open to all is the opening night party with the Bad Habits, our eye docs of rock. That is Thursday at the Brooklyn Bowl. So that's day one of the show, Thursday, September 15th. All you need is your Vision Expo West badge to get in. The OWA, the Optical Women's Association, has two awesome events going on at Vision Expo West. Their Connection series. which is a luncheon also on Thursday,
Mhm.
September 15th. A great, if you, I mean, you need to eat. So if
For
you need to
sure.
show up,
It's very
also
reasonably
it's a,
priced too.
it's a seated lunch, which is also a treat if you've,
Totally.
if you've been to Vision Expo before.
Great way
To
to
go sit
recharge and get some
down,
info and connect with others.
network, learn. Yeah, absolutely. It's a tremendous event for professional development. And I know while it always seems like you're too busy to take the time to do that, the OWA makes it really easy for you to invest in yourself. So join them for lunch on Thursday the 15th. This is so awesome and just goes back to what I was saying about every single partner really leaning in. Vision Monday is doing a most influential women in optical event at Vision Expo West this year. They're celebrating a milestone anniversary for the program, and that is a luncheon on Friday. I believe you do need to register for that. So you can find that on Vision Monday's website. But again, really just just a spirited, wonderful event for us to all take a time out for, and celebrate the women in our industry. So thank you to Vision Monday. Friday night, this is a favorite. The Optical Women's Association does a fundraising auction, which somehow always turns out to be maybe the loudest and most. It's the hardest one to get people to leave. It's
It's
right after the
fun.
show closes on Friday night. Awesome prizes. People walk away with really, really good swag, and you help make
Totally.
money, so that the OWA can deliver on its member programming. But it's a great event to hit between show floor and your Friday night plans, which may include the ODs on Facebook party, which is at Dre's Beach Club Friday night, starting at 7:30. So that gets us
Nice.
to Friday night.
Wow.
And then, of course, there's still a whole other day to go. So more to come, but that's what we know about today.
That's a lot. It's going to be a busy schedule for sure, but we'll be covering too a lot of this with our live streaming on
Okay.
Eyecare Business. So folks, stay tuned there, and we'll keep you updated on what events are going on as well with your live stream next week, Ashley. So health and safety protocols this year, what are we looking at for this Vision Expo West?
So we continue to follow the CDC's guidelines. So we recommend that you're vaccinated. It's completely up to you if you wish to wear a mask. But we are working with the Venetian and the Expo Center constantly. I know they still have their stringent cleaning protocols and ventilation system and everything they put in place over the last 2 years for COVID. So it's a really clean and modernized facility, and it's able to handle trade shows and large events. So our partners at the location are handling extra sanitizing. And if anything changes, I will let you know. But we
Yeah,
have
seems like
a good event.
we're in a good space for sure. Yeah, we've come a long way.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
we
in a
have.
good direction
Yes,
for
definitely.
sure. So, well, that's great. I am so thrilled to hear about all this and to know, we have our Vision Expo guide, Vision Expo West guide in our issue, our September issue, which you can pick up at the show or on eyecarebusiness.com. So we have a great guide to a lot of the events and some of the education highlights. And we even have kind of like a après show guide to kind of hot restaurants and cool shows to check out if you got some free time as well in between all these other amazing events. So check that out if you have a moment. And anything else, Ashley, that we missed that you want to add, or just looking forward to seeing you next week?
I know. I know. I am looking forward to seeing you too. But all I would say is again, like build your schedule. It's gonna be packed. So build your schedule for the exhibitors you want to meet with, the people you think you're just going to grab coffee with. That also needs to be on your calendar, and
Definitely.
theirs, and the location. But I think you will be pleasantly surprised with all the new content, the new looks, the way people are showing up this year. I think it's going to be just a really different and exciting experience.
No doubt, no doubt. Well, looking forward to it. Thank you for everything you do, and can't have been an insignificant amount of work to get here. So we appreciate all of the good stuff and all the great planning.
Thank you. I'll say that I'll pass that on to Reed Exhibitions, our partner, and our show team of two, Mitch Barkley and Sarah
Yeah,
Conzio.
they do a wonderful job.
Yeah. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, thanks everybody for joining us today. As we said, please tune in next Thursday morning for when we kick off with a live stream with Ashley on the show floor, and we'll have more events to share then and more info, and you'll get to kind of get the feel of the show floor, and be sure to head on over to Vision Expo. We hope to see you guys there as well. And yeah, we'll stay tuned. We'll have lots more to come next week. It's going to be a fun week. Thanks for joining us, Ashley. We appreciate your time.
Thank you, Erinn. See you soon.
See you soon. Bye.